Meghan Markle told the world she was a fraud. Perhaps we should have all listened. Analysis from royal YouTube sensation P. Diner coming up. But first, I want to show you this recently discovered video that has gone viral from Meghan's time working on the USA drama Suits. Watch.
Tell me what that first job was that got you your SAG card. I'm always curious what kind of made you legit. If you guys don't know, the SAG card is the actors union card.
Yeah, I was Taft-Hartley, which is I like pretended that I was union, and you have to. It was a pilot called Century City with Hector Elizondo and Johan Griffith, and I got there and they were like, "So you're union?" I'm like, "Of course I'm union. Yeah, absolutely I'm union." And then I wasn't. And casting, to this day, those casting directors will never hire me. They never. I can't even remember what their names were.
You told them you were.
I told them I was union, and then they had to Taft-Hartley me, which really is just like them sending one piece of paperwork to the union, but it makes you.
You're the Mike Ross of.
I was such a fraud. The Mike Ross of auditioning. Whatever. I had like a line.
P. Diner, I was such a fraud. Her words. And can you also see why this clip has upset people so much? Because it sort of proves that Meghan doesn't follow any rules. She doesn't give a damn about the rules. She will do anything to get ahead. And there's quite an evil manner in her behavior. Now, again, I'm not suggesting the fact that she was fraudulent in terms of getting the SAG card is particularly significant. But when you think about all the other things that she has been fraudulent about, the reality of the births of her two children, for example, this is a woman, I think we can say, whose past behavior shows that she cannot be trusted. What did you make of this video?
Yeah, I think that shows the kind of character that she has. Like, she has it in her to not be upfront about the truth. I think it's very revealing in her mindset that even on a stage of these people watching and listening to her, she could say that she was a fraud. Imagine what she can do to the world on the world stage with the hiding of a lot of other things that she has done to give the perception of what, she wants people to believe that she is like, when that's not true. And even like around the pregnancies, this woman wants to show herself to be something that what she finds to be, okay, this is my truth, this is what I want to say, this is how it's going to be. And whatever she has to do behind the scenes to connive and to finagle her way around it to make it like her truth, that's what she's going to do. She's shown us this, and that's what you have to listen. Like, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Meghan has shown us the kind of person that she is. We need to believe her and understand there's been a lot of conniving and manipulation and fraud-like behavior with this woman since marrying into the royal family. Certainly if she was doing it before she was in the royal family. So it's clear to us. It's the kind of person she is.
So here's the bombshell. Meghan Markle is allegedly writing a tell-all memoir. But behind the scenes, sources claim she's already admitted something that could shatter everything she's built. I'm a fraud. Those 3 words, reportedly uttered in frustration during the writing process, are now circulating among media insiders. And if true, it's the confession her critics have been waiting for. Because this isn't just about a book. This is about a woman who claimed to be silenced, victimized, and cast aside, while making millions telling a carefully edited version of events.
Well, that's the thing, because I just imagine her now sitting in the Montecito mansion, laughing about these fake manipulated moonbump pictures which have been used on her mood board, and sort of cackling to herself. What a fraud I am. And to me, it suggests that she does not give a damn about being honest in any aspect of her life.
Right. And she doesn't care because she's not being called out. She can get away with it. No one's going to question her. No one's going to need proof or to have her explain herself. I mean, just even like with that lawsuit where she lied about collaborating with the Finding Freedom authors. She lied about that, got busted that she was, talking with the authors, and they just with what's it called when you lie under oath, perjury. She got away with it. And so this woman, she gets away with everything, and I think that's why it is important that people like the royal family come and do what they need to do to call Meghan out around the things that she has done, because it doesn't get better, it gets worse. And this is why continues to do it, because she knows like no one's going to say anything. No one's going to call her out. It's her reality, her perception. Deal with it. It's like she's laughing in front of the whole world, like that she can get away with things. But I think at some point, it will catch up with her. It has to, especially with all these people like ourselves, keeping it out
Mm.
here to the fore and talking about it. It has to at some point come
Well, of
out.
course, and we even saw the mainstream media go for this for the first time the other day. I mean, the Daily Mail couched it in a Liz Jones column, sort of saying, oh, terrible conspiracy theorists like P. Diner and Lady Colin Campbell and Dan Wootton talking about this terrible moon bump. How awful are they? But at the same
Yeah.
time, they quite clearly said Meghan has a communications issue. She needs to go public and deal with these rumors. And of course, we know she's not going to go public because she cannot tell the truth, just like she could not tell the truth about the birth in the first place. Now, I think it's despicable that mainstream journalists are not on this story, that they're almost allowing her to perpetuate one of the biggest frauds ever conducted within the royal family. I do wonder, though, P. Diner, if part of this is because the Royal Rota, they're very much client journalists for the royal family. And as much as I'm a monarchist and a supporter of the royal family, a story like this would put the royal family in such a predicament, wouldn't it? Because, of course, why did they not ask the questions? Why did they not demand that proper regulations were followed in terms of use of the royal doctor, for example? Because like it or lump it, and let's be honest, they don't like it, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet retain this very high position thanks to the fact that they are in the line of succession. And there is a chance that they could be on the throne. So, sure, it doesn't really matter what Meghan says, but it certainly does matter whether these two were born in a way that follows the legal system in the United Kingdom. And so I just wonder if actually you think that the royal family are in some ways also part of this cover up. And I'm not saying for nefarious reasons, by the way, but I'm saying because they're almost like, oh my God, we just don't want to have to deal with this.
Yeah, it's almost like putting your head in the sand and
Mm-hmm.
just wanting it to go away. Uh, yeah, I think the monarchy, when it comes in with William, has to set the tone for a new standard, because clearly nothing has changed or improved with the king. I mean, I think that's unfortunate. I think, yeah, you can't let someone like this woman from America come into your institution and just run roughshod over it. You have to put your foot down. I think that's what William is ready to do. And as much as he would love for his father to do things with him or to be more aligned with the way he's thinking, he's going to have to just wait. And that's, yeah, who knows what will happen by then. But I hope that William sets a new tone, a very, very drastic new tone with the things that, rules or how things have to be done moving forward. Because Megan will just take more advantage and make things worse. And who knows what she's got planned, and who knows what she's doing behind the scenes now that could, possibly have a say over the monarchy in a negative way. I think there might even still be a book that she could be working on. And I think you can't underestimate a woman who's clearly able to come out and do shady things. You can't underestimate things that she would do. But William seems like he's gonna have control over a lot of things differently than his father, is what I see.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway.
without any doubt, there is a book being worked on, without any doubt. The issue, I think, P. Diner, though, is that the biggest damage that the post-divorce book poses is no longer to the British royal family and the monarchy, but is to Prince Harry, because we can just say now, right? I can just so happily say now that Meghan's post-divorce book is going to be so full of bile, retribution, but fundamentally lies about the British royal family that I think that will almost be dismissed out of hand. Yes, she will go there again on the royal racist rumours. Yes, she will attack Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Yes, she'll attack Camilla, but I honestly don't think any of that mud will stick because she has been so fundamentally deconstructed as a liar over this past half decade. But of course, the real damage that she will do is to the reputation of her husband.
Let's break down the timeline of deceit that's now catching up with her. The secret wedding claim? Debunked by the Archbishop of Canterbury. Kate made me cry? Later proven to be the opposite. The Queen's approval for Lilibet? Never happened. Archetypes, the Spotify podcast? Labeled a grifter project by execs. Each time, Meghan presents a version of reality. But when the facts catch up, we see something else. A brand built on inconsistencies, emotional manipulation, and media spectacle. And now she wants to write a memoir? After spending 3 years accusing others of cashing in on her name? The hypocrisy is staggering.
Yeah, Harry is going to be the one that's going to take the brunt of all the things that Meghan is plotting, planning, what she's going to do. And he doesn't have the mental stability to deal with a woman like her. I mean, just look at the things she's already done to the poor man. I mean, he's become a shell of himself. He's lost everything. And this woman, is she gonna keep going? And she doesn't care. Harry is going to be really in a bad place. I mean, when this woman really does these things around the divorce and saying all these lies, William, they're gonna need to come do an intervention and save this man because he is not in a good spot. He already wants to come back. I mean, how do you just ignore that he's probably crying out for help? I don't know. I mean, sometimes I feel like maybe he is. Then there's other times I'm just like, but you did that BBC interview. Like you do things that make it worse, and it makes people like, okay, we're not gonna touch you. You're gonna stay away. And it's like, I just think he's lost. He doesn't know what to do. Who is guiding this man from this vicious woman? Because she is vicious. You know, it's all about her. She'll do whatever she can to get what she wants. And Harry, you know, whatever. I mean, he's not going to be someone that she's going to tread lightly around with the things she's doing. He's going to go under the bus as well, you know? So it's all bad for Harry in his future. It doesn't look good. And especially, I think, also for these children, too. They're going to grow up with a very narcissistic mother, and that's not good. We already know, like, from Lady C's upbringing, how bad it was for her. You know, like, I think Meghan is a version of that, which will definitely hurt these children. You know, I
And you
mean, they
have
don't
to
have good
feel,
in their life.
no, you have to feel very sorry for the children in all of this, actually, because of course, P. Diner as well, they might be able to, at the moment, protect the children from the truth of their, how do we put it, P. Diner, how they came into the world. But
Mhm.
very quickly, because of the internet, these two will be aware of those rumors and will be immediately demanding answers of their parents. And of course, will the parents actually lie to the children as well? But it's very interesting because I think Spare was such a risk for Harry on so many levels. And actually, Alex Phillips revealed here not that long ago that Meghan and the writing process actually made sure that Harry incriminated himself during certain passages of Spare. Now, she was responding specifically to the drug-taking allegations, but in my head, the passage that always creeps to my mind is when Harry admitted that he had behaved in some way. I'm not going to use the word abusively because I don't think it was abuse, but the undertone is that he acted in some way angrily or inappropriately towards Meghan. And he included this in his own book. And he said that she came to him and said, if you ever speak to me like that again, if you ever treat me like that again, our marriage will be over, or words to that effect. And at the time, P. Diner, I was like, oh my God, you stupid man, what have you done? Because it means she can now use that in the future as evidence of his bad behavior, which he admitted. It was so unwise.
Yeah, everything that is going to incriminate Harry, he wrote first person in his book. So he's already given his own testimony to his downfall. Okay. So you're the idiot, Harry, for saying these things to make yourself look like the bad guy towards Meghan.
When you're
so
clearly
you don't
not. Like, you're clearly
Yeah,
not.
right. She's exaggerated. She's said things. She's, made Harry say things. It's so bad for Harry. I don't think he really understands how bad it is for him right now. I can't see that he can understand that. I think that's why he's trying to walk maybe back some things that he said publicly. He didn't put he didn't put anything about the racism in his book,
Nope, not a word.
but
Not a
yeah,
word.
so I think he realizes certain things, but this book, the interviews you've done, that doesn't go away, and it's there forever, and it will be used against you one day when she goes up against you.
Can I just ask you, P. Diner, about this video that has gone recently viral from Meghan's wedding? So this is how Princess Carmichael summed it up on X. This absolute nonsense has gone viral on TikTok and gotten a write-up on the Daily Express. The creator claims that at her wedding, Meghan Markle is bowing her head in respect to Princess Charlotte. She's actually looking the child up and down, and it's almost disdainful and with contempt. First, an adult is not going to bow their head to a child in respect. There are no curtsies in the royal family bowing until age 18. Secondly, Markle didn't respect anyone, much less Charlotte, who she didn't want in her wedding and bullied. So the squatty fantasy that she's showing respect to a 3-year-old is hilarious. Now, P. Diner, I just wanted to set that up. Can we just look now at this footage in question? Because it has gone viral recently. And as I say, it is being used by the Sussex squad to try and say that Meghan was in some way kind to Princess Charlotte, when indeed we know that Meghan's behavior actually upset Princess Charlotte before the wedding. What do you think that footage really shows?
So what's the strategy? According to leaks, Meghan's book will set the record straight. But let's be real. This is a last-ditch PR move. Her popularity is plummeting. Her brand is unstable. And she knows it. We've seen this playbook before. The Netflix docuseries was meant to humanize her. It backfired. The Spotify podcast was supposed to empower women. It flopped. The Jam and Honey launch? Still no product. Still no launch. This book might be her final card. A way to salvage what's left of her public image. But if it contains more of the same selective storytelling, the backlash will be massive. Now let's focus on that phrase, "I'm a fraud." Was it leaked as a warning? Or was it a planted quote? A strategic way to reset her image as vulnerable, self-aware, even repentant? Because let's be honest, this wouldn't be the first time Meghan weaponized victimhood. She's framed herself as the misunderstood outsider, the media target, the silenced woman, and it worked for a while. But public opinion has shifted. Hollywood insiders, royal watchers, even ex-supporters, they're asking, who is Meghan without the drama? If the book includes this so-called confession, it might gain headlines. But it might also confirm what people already suspect. Meghan's authenticity was always an illusion. This book won't just be dissected, it'll be weaponized. Every word will be fact-checked. Every quote will be compared to past interviews.
I just think a moment of Megan's character was revealed, and everything that had happened behind the scenes with Charlotte, it just was a moment where it just came out, and she just kind of looked her up and down and just kind of had this look that seemed very like sinister, not kind, like that look where you try to be happy but behind it is something evil, not good. And I think that's what Megan, she does. She portrays herself to people through the way she looks at them, and like she even did it with Catherine at one time, where she looks smiling at you, but behind her eyes, is not something good. She has this very nefarious, conniving way about her that just came out in this moment when she saw Charlotte. When you look at people and they look nice at a child, you can tell the warmth that they have. When you watch Megan do it, it doesn't look like warmth. It's something looks very sinister and conniving with that. And that's how I felt about it when I saw it. Yeah, it's just in line with her character and who she is.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll never forget the way the late Queen Elizabeth II looked at Meghan on her wedding
Oh,
day. I mean, that
that was the
actually
look.
was the whole image of the wedding, wasn't it? If a picture could paint 1,000 words, that was the picture that I'll always take away from that wedding day. P. Dinah, it really does feel like Prince Harry now is losing the support of ordinary members of the British public. I wanted to show you this TikTok, which has gone viral recently. Watch this.
Prince Harry from the British public. Grow up. We have had enough of your tantrums, enough of your court cases, your books exposing the royal family. You're not the only person who lost his mother when they were small. Millions of people have suffered that problem. Harry, you need therapy. You need to go away, find a purpose. You're rudderless at the moment, floating in the ocean. And then, after a few years, maybe the royal family will accept an olive branch. And maybe then you can return to the country that you say you love so much. At the moment, you're not showing much love.
Oh, I just love that, P. Dinah, because that's just such an ordinary British bloke. I agreed with every word apart from a couple. Get more therapy, because I actually think the last thing Harry needs is to get more therapy. And by
Yeah,
the way,
he
I'm not
needs.
anti-therapy. I think therapy is usually a good thing, but I think he's almost overdosed on therapy.
Yeah, and clearly not it's not helping him, right? Like the therapy at this point needs to be the hard knocks life therapy, like getting told by the people in your life that, enough is enough. And he needs to actually make some drastic changes because the way it's going now, yeah, he needs something, right? If the therapy is not working, what does he really need? He needs to, I think, be away from this wife, this woman. He needs his family to set the tone for, everything that they've done around these using of the titles and how they've, manipulated the family, their circumstances, or, just lied about things. They need to have something happen. And Harry is at a point now where if something doesn't happen, what is going to happen next? It doesn't get better for him. He has a history of drug use. I can imagine that he's already doing drugs now, trying to deal with this current situation that he's in. And then that's not a good thing. So I think it would behoove the royal family, somebody, to make some drastic changes around these perpetrators and these fraud royals in America and do something about their behavior to put an end to the perpetration of them trying to be royal like with these disasters of businesses and talking and all the things that they're doing as these fake royals. Something needs to be done about it. I don't know if it will while the king is in, still on the throne, but something has to come from the higher ups within royalty, because they're the ones that essentially are the reason why they're able to get away with all the things that they've been getting away with. But good on this man for saying what he said. It's what the most people are thinking.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. Exactly. Sometimes it's just an ordinary bloke who sums up the mood of the nation, and I would probably argue the mood of the world now towards Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. P. Dinah, thank you.
And someone really quickly,
Please,
is someone
please.
who I think would be a mentor to Harry. I think this is the kind of person who would be a mentor to Harry that he would listen to.
Totally.
So if someone like this was saying this, then yeah, it would behoove Harry to absolutely, take the advice of this man.
Totally.
And if there's even a whiff of contradiction, it's game over. Because Meghan isn't a private citizen. She's a brand. And that brand is tied to one thing: her version of the truth. If that truth collapses, so does the empire. This isn't just about another celebrity memoir. This is about whether Meghan Markle survives in the public sphere once people stop believing her. I'm a fraud. Whether it was said in jest, frustration, or sincerity, it's the most revealing thing Meghan Markle may have ever admitted. And if it makes it into the pages of her memoir, expect a media firestorm like we've never seen.